this is a Talk with Yoshi segment, and since it is a horrible cold and flu season, I thought I would come and share with you guys some of the ways I naturally relieved some of my symptoms when I had strep throat not too long ago. So if you watch the vlog, you'll see my whole family got hit bad with strep throat, sinus infection. Like, it was horrible. So horrible. And it seems like all of my friends and like people at work, like, it's been really bad. So I just want to share with y'all some of the things I did naturally. I do a lot of natural remedies for things. I do believe in essential oils being like one of the key things to relieve symptoms, stress, mood, uplifting mood, or changing moods. So I'm gonna start sharing that with y'all more. Just kind of, I've been experimenting with it first, and I love it, and it's been working for me. So with this chest rub that I'm gonna show y'all, it's actually also good for just stress and relief. If you are a fan of Bath and Body Works, you know they have that aromatherapy line, and they have like the stress relief soap, which I love too, but you can make it yourself. So first, let me show y'all what I use as far as like a chest rub. Y'all know like Vicks Vapor Rub and how good it just makes you feel, you know, when you're going to bed, because you have all of this like clogged up. And so I pretty much made my own rub for my chest and for my children's chest, and it really worked. I noticed that when I did it, especially for my babies, for my toddlers, they woke up the next morning and all of that mucus was draining. It looks nasty, but it's a good thing because that's what you want to do. You want to pull all that mucus out. And so I would just rub it on their chest every night, and it really helped. It helped drain. So I did that for them. I did it for myself. And I also still kind of do it just to kind of help me relax, get me in the mood for sleeping. Oh, y'all, it helped them sleep so great. And I will share with you which essential oil was good for the sleeping. So the best way I can with them in the background, I'm going to show y'all how I made my chest rub for my cold and flu symptoms, and also for my stress relief. Okay, so this is pretty much the ingredients that I use. I use the coconut oil from Spectrum. It doesn't really matter which coconut oil. You can go with extra virgin, but this is just also to kind of help with the hardening. This is 100% raw shea butter. So, I don't know if you guys know much about shea butter, but shea butter comes clunky. You can find this pretty much online, like Amazon. I found it at a beauty supply store. This is 100% castor oil, which is very good for your skin and hair. Rosemary. The rosemary is going to be a part of that aroma to kind of help with the headaches. Also, the peppermint oil. Y'all, this particular peppermint oil is very strong. Very, very strong. So it like even tells you to dilute it, because it's also going to give kind of that tingling sensation. So it's that strong. I don't recommend using a lot of this when it comes to like baby skin, because it's so strong. So if you do, just use a drop or two. The lavender oil is so good for the headaches and the sinus infection and the migraine. So this is going to be the oil that helps with sleep. And then you have the key ingredient for the rub, which is the eucalyptus oil. When you combine all of these, y'all, it's like aroma heaven. So the eucalyptus oil is very important. So first thing I'm gonna do is just melt down my shea butter so that I can have a pretty good mixture. So I'm gonna melt down my shea butter and my coconut oil and show you guys what that looks like. So this is pretty much just like a little nugget. I may use a bigger one. depending on who all is sick, how long you plan to use this, you just pretty much pick the size. So I probably use this one, and a spoonful of the coconut oil. Put that in for about a minute or so. Okay, so I got that in for like a minute or so. Now, if you have a glass jar, that works better. Okay, so after we have melted down our coconut oil and shea butter, this is the consistency it's going to be. I'm gonna go ahead and add my 100% castor oil. Castor oil is just great for your skin. I use castor oil for so much stuff, and I'm gonna be sharing with y'all how I use this castor oil, but this is just good for the skin portion of it. So I'm actually gonna do about a teaspoon of the castor oil, and it's so thick too, so it also kind of helps with the thickness for the rub. And then for the aromatherapy, so the lavender oil, y'all, I love this lavender oil so much. With the lavender oil, if you are having some pretty bad headaches, sinus pressure, trouble sleeping, issues with relaxation, the lavender oil is going to make this pure heaven. So I'm gonna put 5 drops of this because it's already strong, but I do want the lavender oil to really come through in the rub. So I'm gonna put about 5 drops. Alright, and this word is always so hard to say, but it's eucalyptus oil. My sticker is covering it up, but it's an E under there. But the eucalyptus oil is going to be so important for like sinus headaches. And it works great when you put it like on the top of your nose or your temple, and just to kind of release the pressure in your nasal passages. And so the eucalyptus oil, we're gonna make sure to add a lot of this. And by a lot, I just mean like 5, because it's really strong. And this particular oil comes with this little thing. Comes with the little dropper, which I love because it's easy to kind of monitor what you're doing. 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so that, and if you want it stronger, you can just add more. It's kind of up to you. Eucalyptus oil is also really good for anxiety. So if you're dealing with stress and just want to release that tension, some drops with the eucalyptus oil and the lavender oil and even the peppermint oil would really help with that. Alright, so my peppermint oil. Now, peppermint oil or spearmint, whichever one you happen to find. Now, this is 100% peppermint oil, and y'all, it is strong. So, like I said, you want to kind of watch out with putting it on toddlers because it will tingle, give that little burning sensation, y'all know, like icy hot. So you do have to be careful with how much you use of this. It even suggests that you dilute it before rubbing it on your skin. I've used this so much, I have very few left, so I'm gonna go ahead and just get the little dropper. So about 4 drops of that is all I'm going to use. Okay, and then last, we're going to put in the rosemary. This is 100% rosemary oil, and rosemary oil, y'all, smells like, I don't know how to describe it. It's like a little bit of the eucalyptus oil and the lavender mixed together. There have actually been some studies with rosemary to help with brain functioning, perking up your mood. So it's great to add to your stress relief regimen, and definitely for headaches and sinus pressure. So I'm gonna add about 5 drops of this. Oops. With the rosemary oil, it's just as strong as the eucalyptus oil, and when I mix them, it just really helps me. I love the smell of it all combined on my chest, and it just does something for my mood. So I'm just gonna let this cool. I'm gonna put it in the refrigerator. It's gonna change the consistency a little bit so you guys can see that. And I will be right back to show you. Okay, so after letting it cool off for about an hour, this is the consistency. So see, it's kind of creamy. So you can either stay with this consistency and just rub it all over your chest, or like on your temple or on your nose before you go to bed, and that way it can kind of soothe. For me, it soothes my headaches, especially when I'm sick. It really, helps with some of those cold and flu symptoms. Or you can warm it up to get it back to that liquidy consistency, and that will feel good on your chest as well. Feel nice and warm on your skin. Of course, you can always add some more drops of something if you want to, smell more lavender, or if you want to smell more the rosemary. So you definitely want to make sure you do this with something that you can store, put away so that particles aren't flying into it, especially if you're going to be doing it during a time like being sick. So you want to be able to store it away, put a top on it, and just kind of pull it out before you go to bed. Let me know what you guys think. If you liked it, if you tried it. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and let me know if you guys want to see more of the little ways I use my essential oils in my everyday routine, or just to help me get through something. But I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace.